Hey guys, and welcome to my Megalithic patch notes review. Now this is going to be the console patch notes review, however I'm doing it on PC for a few reasons. One, console version is actually down because this patch is so massive, and two, I already have everything unlocked on PC, so I can actually show you guys everything in game that you guys just got, like all the new dragons and all that stuff, the Dino Tamer fully leveled up and crafted and all that stuff. I get to show you guys all that without having to rely on some random footage so you guys can see everything. It's just all around better to do it on the PC version, but now that Megalithic is out, it doesn't even matter anyways because it's the same freaking game now. I apologize in advance. I literally just woke up to do this patch notes because, again, this is 4 pages of patch notes, and I wanted to do it as early as possible. Again, the console version isn't even up now, so I would like to get this out before console comes out so you guys can be informed before you even get into the game. So I do apologize for that, but let's get right into it. One last thing really quick, because I don't want to make this video extremely long, is I am reading this live. This is not my newly formed professional patch notes video, so I'm sorry if you guys were looking forward to like a super professional version of this video. This patch is so massive, it is impossible for me to do that. So I'm just going to read it, the patch notes to you guys live like I used to do. So first things first is the new class and new biome. Again, this is for consoles. PC has already had all this stuff. The Dino Tamer class is here, and it's Dynamite, because try and love their puns. Learn more about the latest Trove class in our Dino Tamer preview, or you can watch my Dino Tamer guide, which I'll have linked in the top right, which is probably much more informative. Get a blast from the past. Okay, well, let's show off the Dino Tamer first. Now, me personally, I do not like the Dino Tamer. Again, this class has been out for a very long time on PC now, so I've already given off on my opinion and stuff. And I also have a guide on it if you want to check out the guide. But basically, it's like a Tomb Raider mixed with the Boom Ranger. So it's a cooldown-based class. It has no energy, stuff like that. And it can throw out a net, which will snare enemies if you hold it down for longer. If you hold it down for 1 second, it becomes bigger. It gives a dot, which was overpoweredly broken at first, but they fixed that. You also can summon up to 3 dinos at a time. If you kill a mob while it's in your snare, doesn't matter if it's the littlest or the largest. As long as you kill an enemy while it is in your snare, it will actually reset the cooldown of your number 1, which, again, summons 1 of 3 dinos. 1 is a stunner, 1 is a damage, and 1 is a tank, which taunts and stuff. And then your ultimate puts you on a dinosaur, and it gives you all new abilities, and it makes you AoE attack and stuff like that, which the VFX keep breaking because it's Trove, you know. And when you press your number 1, it also gives a AoE stun. So, all around, it's a decent class. It's my least favorite class in the game, though, so probably shouldn't be looking towards my opinions if you're looking forward to this class. Next up is the new jungle biome. It has new enemy types and stuff like that. Now that you guys are up to date, we're going to get into this later on in the video, but since we already are here, you guys will have on console new portals. Portals are no longer novice, adept, elite, master, and all, U1, U2, U3. These don't exist anymore. They are now biome specific. So you can go to U4 to see the new biome. It is broken on PC. I don't know if they fixed that with this patch, but you actually crash like every 2 seconds if you go in here. Maybe it's fixed. I don't know. But this is the new biome. It's like it's a prehistoric biome. It has 3 different versions. It has this normal, like, kind of swamp area. It's kind of weird because then there's also an actual swamp. So this is like a marsh, and then there's a swamp version, and then there's also a canopy version, which is where you guys will go to actually craft the Dino Tamer with the new Chaos Crafter. Again, later on in the video, we'll go over that whenever they talk about the patch notes. But you could check out my meteorite fragment farming guide. I'll also have links in the top right. And that's actually how you craft the Dino Tamer in the new Chaos Crafter. So you'll have to find the canopy version of the Jurassic Jungle. It's just like, it's the prehistoric looking one on the map, so you can just follow it along until it switches and shifts to the new biome. It could go on the Neon Ninja really quick just to, speed up the process. Again, sorry if my voice breaks up at all. I literally just woke up for this. So let's see if we can speed this up a little bit. I just want to show off the canopy layer just in case anybody doesn't know what actual canopy is. A canopy is just the tops of trees. That's basically it. So let's see if we can find one. I don't have Patreon right now because it just ran out today. So I don't have as many jumps, but we should be fine. There we go. I just ran out of jumps. Oh, I still have my dragons from the last video. Yeah, actually, I don't want to spend that much time to do this. You can just check out my meteorite fragment farming video to know what a canopy looks like. It's just the... Oh, here we go. Okay, it's perfect right there. So that's what a canopy is. let's speed along over here, and I can show you guys what meteorite fragments are as well. Kind of getting ahead of myself, but this patch is so massive, I think that's okay. So these are what meteorite fragments are. If you're on PC, you can have this very nice mod, which again I've gone over before, and you break them, and then you get, you know, meteorite fragments, and use them to craft the Dino Tamer. I'll show off how much the Dino Tamer costs later on, because we're gonna go over the Chaos Crafter later on. So that's it. This biome has a unique mob, a unique boss-ish mob. It was the kind of first boss to ever be added, first world boss before the Kandorian dragon and all that, which I guess you guys are gonna get in this patch as well. I actually don't remember how much you guys don't have, so I'm just gonna kind of figure it out along as we go. But we did see it a little bit. I want to kind of just try to find another one really quick. Should have just shoved it off as we found it. But it's basically just a giant T-Rex, and it drops. It's tougher than the average mob. Again, I'm not on Gonda. It's tougher than the average mob. It is a world boss, and it also drops one more piece of loot. So it drops, it's like a 3-star, so it drops 3 pieces of loot, and I think it gives 2 boxes as well if you're in the Prime world, which you can only get this biome in the Prime world. Okay, so yeah, this is bad. We're not gonna go over. We're not gonna go and find one. So next up is dragons. So there's so many dragons. Let's see if they even list them all. So Enora, Flame of Enlightenment, is now live. Oh, so Enora is community made. Okay, so they don't actually give the person credit in game. So, oh yeah, they do. I never checked that out, I guess, unless they just did that today. But we went over all the dragons yesterday. This is Enora. It's an awesome looking dragon. You get this from the golden ships in the water biome, the pirate biome. If you find the golden ships, you know, the ones with the Troves of Wonder and stuff like that. You can pick up the egg. I have a video, again, going over Enora, how to get Enora, and all my opinions on Enora. There's too many videos that I can link you guys to, so, because I can only link 5 videos in the top right. So I'm going to link the most important videos in the top right, but you can find everything in the description. I'll have all the videos linked to this in the description. I mean, I've covered everything before, so it's just like a year's worth of videos I'm going to link in the description. But yeah, you guys can find all that stuff down below. If there's anything specific you need throughout this entire video, we'll go over that. So the Dormant Wisdom Dragon Egg used to craft up Enora is obtained from the Merchants of Wonder for 5,000 fragments of Wonder. Okay, so that's what I was wondering. 3 new dragons have appeared. Hunt them down in Trove to acquire fragments of their eggs. Use those fragments at the Dragon Crucible to craft your very own dragon mount. What I could actually do, now that I'm thinking about it, is I can make a dragon playlist and just have all the dragon videos in a playlist, so I can link that to you guys in top right instead of each individual one. That way, if there's any dragons specifically you want to go over, you can find out how to get them there. I also have random videos with random tips and stuff like that. So, Draco Colotl, the Mellower, is the Candy Dragon. This was the first world boss dragon that was announced or released, and you have to actually go and kill a Candy Dragon in the Candy Biome to get fragments for this guy. Again, have that video top right in the playlist. This also applies to Flackbeard. Flackbeard is another dragon that you have to hunt down in the Pirate Biome. It spawns in a secret layer not marked on the map, underwater, as well as on random islands, which is just the better way to go about it. And then finally, Thalassian is in the unmarked water biome, which is just the pure blue biome on the map. And again, this guy spawns underwater, as well as a underwater layer that you can find, I believe. You might just be able to find the dragon. I actually can't remember. I don't have a video on this guy, a guide on it. I do have a video on the acquisition, but not a guide. I have to actually still do that, which I guess I should pretty soon, right? So some other legendary dragons can now be obtained using using golden eggs from greater dragon caches, or the dragon effigy found in the weekly dragon deal, which I think is still going on. Oh, we got the actual pack stuff. Okay, so it's actually not here anymore. That was last week's. So this is Draco Lantern. So Draco Lantern you have to get in the golden cache, or the greater dragon caches, because it is a Halloween dragon. This comes out on Halloween. So the only way to obtain it right now is actually through untradeable greater dragon caches. So good luck on that one, speedrunners. You're going to have to spend a lot of flux on that if you want to be up top. Next is Tyserian. Again, this is an event dragon, which comes out usually in fall, or actually spring-ish, kind of. So there's Tyserian. Again, it is an event dragon. That's why you can only get it from greater dragon caches right now. And then finally is Tannenbomber, the Christmas dragon. So again, that will be coming out Christmas for free, or for now, you have to get it through the Greater Dragon caches. You can now craft a Diamond Dragon Egg. We should go to the hub for this. You can craft a Diamond Dragon Egg used to unlock Primordial Dragons at the Dragon Crucible using Diamond Dragonite. Diamond Dragonite can be obtained via the new daily contest for total power rank from events in the store, and also very, very, very rare tradable world drop Diamond Dragonite pouches. So Diamond Dragonite pouches you can buy, again, you can find this off any mob in the game. It's just extremely rare. I've never found one. So you can buy them from the market on PC. They're about 200k each, and they give 10 Diamond Dragonite. It's actually very cheap to make a Primordial Dragon. It's only about 8 million at 200k each, because you need 400 Dragonite, and you get 10 each for 200k. So it's about 8 million, which for a Diamond Dragon Egg is actually, if you think about it, very, very cheap. Diamond Dragon Egg should be much more expensive than that, but they are not on PC at least. And then you also get them from the daily contest, which is a new contest for you guys, which is the daily contest right here. You'll have a new tab called daily contest. It only has one thing in it. And for 250k total PR, you get 5. For 150k plus total PR, you get 4. You know, 3, 2, 1, so on. You can read the other numbers. And this is the total PR across all your classes combined. So, yeah, good luck on that one. That is why PC PR contests are completely, like, skewed and not relevant at all. You should never look at these and be like, oh, that's actually the #1 Neon Ninja. No, they are not. Trust me, they are not #1 in the slightest in terms of stats. This is all about PR nowadays because of this contest. It is probably the most, like, I don't know, I call it cancerous, but that's kind of really, or toxic, but that's like really, that's toxic in itself, you know? It's just not it's a toxic thing for the community. This shouldn't exist, but, you know, I've given my opinions on this before. And yeah, once you have all that Diamond Dragonite, you need 400, so it does take a few months to get it, but it is a free Diamond Dragon Egg. You can craft one up right here. You can see I already have all my Primordial Dragons, and I still have enough for like one more just from, you know, logging in every day. Log in every day, you know, you get them in your reward or your claims section right here. So that's Diamond Dragonite. Next up is the following Dragon Eggs can now be deconstructed into Dragon Coins. Now, I did this when they released it before. I'm not doing this again, but if you do get an extra Siege or a Dormant Dragon Egg, you can actually deconstruct it for, I believe, 75 coins. Let's see if they list it here. They do not list it, but you can deconstruct these dormant eggs because there's nothing else to do with them, just in case you accidentally buy another one. Don't know why you would do that. I did it for the video back then. Not doing it in because I think it's only like 75 dragon coins or something like that. It's just in case, I guess. It's in case. Next up is fix an issue where power rank wasn't correctly counted for dragons. Now, that would be extremely horrible, so I'm glad that's fixed for you guys. The badges for Spirit of Lambent, Spirit of Azorian, and Spirit of Tremek now correctly display their info in the reward section, which is nice. Next up is login rewards. So a new crafting bench has been added. This is both for PC and console, so I've not yet seen this yet. A new crafting bench has been added, the Radiant Dayspring. Each day that you log into Trove earns a daily login token valid during that month. These tokens can be used at a Radiant Dayspring to craft unique mounts, items, and a special monthly loot box. Log in daily and discover your rewards. Now, this isn't a part of the claims section, so I'm going to have to actually go to my club and see if I can find the table to craft that really quick. So let's go and check that out. Okay, so I couldn't find the Radiant Dayspring anywhere, so I did have to check the PC patch notes, and apparently it comes from the Novice Crafting Bench, and on the PC patch notes it says it's in the game. However, it's not. It comes out in July, which is next week. So I don't know why they included it in this patch notes. Welcome, guys. This has literally been going on for years, and this is the most annoying part about the patch notes, is they are always wrong. Every patch for the past 2 years straight has been wrong. So it comes out next week, not this week. Don't know why it's in the patch notes, but that'll be a new login system starting July. Guess what? It's not July. Don't know why they put it in the patch notes. But let's move on since we can't talk about that. Next up is gems. So I want to provide some insight on this topic because a lot of console players are completely like wrong about this. Don't know where this misinformation is spreading. But the lower stat value on all minor gems has been increased by 30%. No, this does not mean that the new max gem level is 660. First of all, that's only 10%, not 30%. So a little bit of math would have just proven that wrong in the first place. But a lot of people think that the new gem level, the new high-end gem level for lower gems is 660, as you can find on the ground. Because currently, you can only find up to 600. So people thought, oh, this says 30%. Now it's 660. Wrong. Again, that's 10% higher. And secondly, it is the lower stat value for all minor gems have been increased by 30%. That means that the lower stat values, so you can no longer find when you get a bonus roll, you know, and bonus rolls are applied when you find a gem, by the way. Bonus rolls, there's like 6 bonus rolls in total. The first bonus rolls are what you find the gem as, so it can be from like level 300 to 600. I don't know exactly. I know 600 is the base or power rank. 600 is the top you can find. That'll be a literally perfect gem if you got all 200 rolls on your gem. So 200 is the highest roll you can get on a stat, including bonus rolls and when the stat or the gem is actually dropped. So again, this is why I want to go over it, because it's kind of confusing, and only like somebody that actually knows what they're talking about would know what they're talking about, like myself. So a gem on the ground, once you finally open the box, it has from 100 to 200 on each stat that is on the gem. That is why they are called bonus rolls, not including the bonus rolls at 5, 10, and 15. This is why I'm trying to explain it. They're completely different. Just the level 1 gem can have rolls of 100 up to 200. Now, it has only from 130 to 200, so you can no longer find a gem with like 1% critical hit. It has to be at least like 1.3%. This is just to help RNG a little bit. It's cutting out 30% of the RNG on the bottom. So that means pretty much on console, all your guys' PR has risen. When this came out for PC, I gained like 400 PR just because, you know, you don't always have max rolls on all your gems. You're going to have some gems that had that really low stat roll when you found the gem or through a bonus roll. That does not exist anymore. This is only to help RNG. It does not do anything else. It does not increase the max level or the max PR of a gem. This cap is still 1755. The cap for a level 1 gem is still 600. It is not 660. Don't know who's spreading that, but that was extremely common in the console community. Nothing changes. Nothing at all changes. This does not change anything. Anything. Just the low end of stats is gone. So you might have gained a little bit of PR, but that is it. Nothing else changes. Nothing. So moving on, now that we have covered that. Lesser stellar gems now deconstruct for 500 gem dust. Again, this was a part of that gem patch we got a few months ago on PC. This is amazing because stellar gems used to deconstruct for like 100 dust or something like that. Now it's 500. You will never run out of dust again unless you're like me and you have literally a stash full of level 25 gems. And all your classes have level 25 gems. That is the only way you'll ever run out of dust now. Because you get so much dust now from U9, it is insane. You get triple the amount of dust. I did the math, you get triple, on average, the amount of dust. It's crazy, man. You get about 200k dust in 1,000 boxes now. It's super insane. Gem booster boxes now award golden gem keys instead of dust. If you guys have seen any of my box openings over the past few months, you will know how insanely, like how many golden gem keys we get now. It's kind of crazy. So again, this helps out with stellar gems because it instantly gives you a stellar gem if you use them on a U9 box. And that stellar gem, if it isn't good, now deconstructs for 500 dust. So again, they made a massive patch a few months ago on PC that were just trying to help out RNG with the gems. That's it. RNG, RNG, RNG. Gem booster boxes now give slightly more of some boosters at uncommon. Those are horseshoes and luck bugs. So you get slightly more, again, just helping out gem leveling. Gems with a single stat will no longer be found. Instead, gems will always have 2 or 3 stats. Again, helping RNG doesn't change anything. Nothing changes. You just cannot find the worst gem possible now. The worst gem possible is only a 2 stat. Again, because the lower 30% was included with 1 stat. To get a 1 stat gem, you would have to get like all like the lowest rolls possible. Since the lowest rolls possible aren't possible anymore, you can now only find 2 stat or 3 stat gems. Again, doesn't change anything. It just helps RNG when you're opening gem boxes. That is it. There are new recipes in the gem section of the Adventurer's Crafting Bench for Lapis Luck Bugs and Ninth Lives. So you can now actually craft Lapis Luck Bugs and Ninth Lives. I've done this a couple times when I've had thousands and thousands, like I'm up to thousands again, Jade Clovers. I had like 30k Jade Clovers. I made them all into Luck Bugs. I used up all those Luck Bugs very, very quickly because, again, I have a stash tab full of frickin' gems, level 25. But, yeah, it is a nice way if you have an excess amount of boosters. This is not something efficient at all. This is not efficient. However, you're never going to use 30,000 Jade Clovers. That's nearly impossible to use 30,000 Jade Clovers. So if you have an excess, like that much excess, you can use a few to craft some Luck Bugs, you know, or craft some Horseshoes. If you have over 1,000 Horseshoes, that's really hard to use, so you can use up, you know, some of those to make Luck Bugs. That's what I did when I have excess. That's it. It's a nice way to get rid of excess boosters. I want to make sure that is clear. Excess. The average player will never do this because they won't open up enough gem booster boxes to even get excess boosters. Most people are hurting for boosters, and that is not a way to get boosters at all. It is very inefficient. Very, very, very inefficient. Do not do it. Increased the amount of Lapis Luck Bugs that can come from daily loot chests and gem booster boxes. It would have been nice if they went over daily loot chests and login rewards, right? The Stinging Curse gem effect now works the Fade Trickster class, which is good because that's one of the only gems that you would even use on a Fade Trickster since you're at range. You want to use like Cubic Curtain, Stinging Curse, and Explosive Epilogue because you don't want to use your class gem until we fix it, which we'll go over in the news later in the week because I haven't covered that yet since I was gone. So yeah, that's actually a really good gem for the Fade Trickster because it's one of the few that actually work for it. That's the only reason why you would ever use it. So Mastery, so, okay, sorry about that. That is a cut in the video because I accidentally alt-tabbed and I forget you can't alt-tab when you're recording with OBS. So next up is Mastery. So 3 new Power Rank and Mastery sigils have been added. For Power Rank sigils, they now go up to 20k, which you can see right here. It is the triple dot, or the triple red dot sigil, and have been otherwise adjusted slightly at the high end. For Mastery, this means more sigils up to 300. So that is the silver wings now. They're not gold anymore, they are silver. Now I cannot purposefully lower my Mastery rank, so I can't show you the other wings. However, I can show you the other sigils. So that's the 20k plus sigil, you know, the triple red dot silver. And then there is the 15k plus, or yeah, 15k plus. What class is 15k? Maybe my candy bar. So the 15k plus is 2 red dots in the center, and then 10k plus is actually silver with 1 red dot now. They moved the 10k old one down to 7.5k plus, which is, that used to be the old 10k, you know, now it is 7.5k plus. So those are all the new sigils, the rest are the same, so we don't have to go over those, you guys know all those ones. Little Pup has been, or has its Mastery removed, which is good because it is a promo, ally, so the Little Pup. I forget where I get this. I think it's because just I'm a creator and I have covered Atlas Reactor in the past, so they gave me everything in the game for Atlas Reactor. I think this comes with it. Don't know where else you get it, to be honest. I actually don't know where you get this Little Pup, but it doesn't have Mastery now, so it doesn't really matter. Mastery has been doubled from 50 to 100. All these Cyclone, Skimmer, Squeakers, I'm not going to go over the kind of useless stuff, so this isn't really relevant. But just to confirm, if you already own any mount that has had its Mastery increased, you actually get the Mastery bump. So you might have more Mastery nowadays as well, including PR. Like with the gems, you will have a little bit more Mastery now after the patch if you're on console. So Dician, the Immortal Dragon, now gets, or grants 30 power rank and has the following stats, but does not grant Mastery. So I went over Dician not too long ago. You can find that in the Dragon's patch notes. This is the Refer a Friend Dragon, so it does have stats now. It has 1,000 max health, 1 energy, or max energy, 1 energy regen, and 50 magic find. They do not show how to get this on console, though, so I have no idea how you get this on console. You guys will have to let me know. You could probably get it from the Dragon Effigy in the weekly deal. However, that's not coming out for another month. So if you guys know how to get this on console, just leave it in the comments below. Next up is leveling. Costumes now grant 35 Mastery, and other costumes grant 70 Mastery, so costumes get a bump in Mastery as well. Mastery is now awarded immediately when an XP coin is used. So that is, I guess, a hotfix, maybe? Not a real, like, addition to the game. So progression. We've smoothed the experience curve to 30 and reduced the amount of experience required from level 20 to 30. So it's just faster to level to 30. I've had all my classes already level 30. Like, every single class of mine is level 30 before this update went out on PC, so I actually don't know how much faster, but it used to take about 20 hours to get a level from 20 to 30. It used to take about 20 hours on a Saturday. That is not including the new XP potion and any of that, because again, I was already level 30 by the time all that came out, so I don't know how much faster, but it is faster, so it doesn't really matter. Even if it's 1% faster, it's still 1% faster. Since Dragonfire Peaks and Jurassic Jungle are restricted to U4 and 5, they will no longer appear as Dragon Challenges. Invasions and world bosses will no longer spawn in the first 2 worlds, which is Medieval Highlands and Permafrost, or the old Novice and Adept. This change allows our newest players to get used to the game before being ruffle-stomped by invaders. Master Rank 20 is now required to use trading, community, or club chests, and the marketplace. This is to avoid bots. This is mostly protection against bots and somewhat alts, but it's not really for alts because you can get Mastery 20 in an hour, and I do have a video on that as well, a guide, if you want to know the fastest way to Master Rank 20. So starter classes are now limited to only the 8 most accessible classes. Class coins and other methods of acquiring classes work as normal. So if you did stock up on class coins before they went untradeable with this patch, which will probably go on in a little bit here, they still work for all classes. But however, there is 8 specific beginner classes now, which are cheaper to craft than Chaos Crafter, which again we'll get into here in a second whenever they introduce it. So the introductory quest chain will no longer require players to join a club or enter the Shadow Tower, which were awesome because those are community interaction, and not everybody wants community interaction in this game. So that is only the beginning golden threads. You don't have to do those anymore. If you already did it, then oh well. So classes. Whew. Damage from the Neon Ninja Empowered Gem ability, which is the class gem, now stack correctly, which means you can have more than one Neon Ninja in the group and they will work. However, the hitbox is broken, so it's actually worse than before in my opinion, because I used to just tell people not to play Neon Ninja when they played with me. Now it affects me even if no one else is a Neon Ninja. Fix the damage reduction of the Tomb Raider ability, Banshee's Boon, to correctly reduce damage by 90% instead of 75%. So as a fix. Corrected certain Revenant class gem descriptions to remove the incorrect statement "does not taunt." It still taunts like a boss, because that was wrong. I don't know why you put that in the tooltip if that was completely wrong. Tryon, what? I don't know. I don't know. They're probably all on crack, to be honest. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Adjusted the cooldown sound from the Ice Age's gem power. Who cares? Update the description. Okay, we're not gonna worry about description updates. Update the following abilities to not collide with NPCs, which is Boom Ranger's Big Bomb and Mysterious Urn. So on the Boom Ranger, you're number 1 and you're number 2. Do not hit mobs anymore. You have to aim it at the ground where you want it to land. Shadowhunter's Sun Snare, which is the snare. You're number 1. You have to actually aim at the ground now. And the Fate Trickster's Glitter Bomb, which is number 1. You aim at the ground now where you want it to hit. It does not hit mobs anymore. It hits the AoE around the target, so the ground. So Revenant's Wraith passive ability applies 50% physical damage and 100% health regen while the Wraith is on cooldown, so that is a huge fix, thank God. Ability cooldowns now reset to max when switching between classes, so when you saw me switch to my Neon Ninja, you saw all my abilities went back on cooldown. That is a fix for a speedrunning bug that we had back in the day. Cooldown on dodge has been reduced from 3 seconds to 1.8 seconds because it's more fun that way. I do have a guide on why you should be dodging in the game, and that update is just a major buff. You should always be dodging because it is always faster than anything you're doing currently, because it scales with movement speed, and instead of happening every 3 seconds, you can now do it every 1.8 seconds, which is just a major buff to farming efficiency. So moving on is Chaos Chest. Now this thing is massive. This little thing here is massive. So Chaos Chest and Golden Chaos Chests now drop from Dungeon Chests. There are advantages for farming fast for these, but even casual players will be able to earn them at a reasonable rate. Not really. Well, kind of. I'm a fast farming Neon Ninja. I've been proven to be one of the fastest, if not the fastest, in the game. You can farm up to like 6 Chaos Chests per hour if you're lucky, so good luck, casuals. It's saying casual players will get them at a reasonable rate. Don't know what reasonable is to you, but I guess 1 a day is. So any Chaos Chests acquired following this patch cannot be traded. Existing chests are still tradable. Tradable and non-tradable Chaos Chests have separate karma bars. So you still get to sell your old Chaos Chests, which is what I suggested in my Megalithic preparation guide, to invest in Chaos Chests. If you didn't, tough luck. I gave you guys like a month in advance warning. You should have watched that video. But yeah, chaos chests like doubled in price, and you can still sell them. You can still actually open them. I wouldn't, however, because the contents are actually untradeable. So you should just hold these until they're about 6k in my opinion, and then dump them all to make quite a bit of flux. As you can see, only 200 is already 1.2 million, so it's not that bad. It's a pretty good investment. This also applies to golden chaos chests, and they are now actually untradeable. You can no longer trade chaos chests and golden chaos chests going forward. You have to get them from dungeons and daily rewards. Chaos chests common and uncommon tables have been randomized, and uncommon tables now include chaos cores, a loot box containing many chaos cores, which is actually wrong. Chaos, patch notes, Fasty, welcome back, man. It's been a while. You know? So what they're referring to, which is completely wrong, is the Mega Chaos Core. The Mega Chaos Core is a monthly thing, a monthly event, kind of, in the Chaos Chest, which is a loot box that give 8 to, I think, 32 Chaos Cores, depending on the drop table. That's what Chaos Cores are. Or Mega Chaos Cores are. Chaos Cores are just, when you're opening Chaos Chests, it is uncommon that you would get a Chaos Core, which is used to craft classes and stuff. I'll show you guys that in a second here when they introduce the Chaos Crafter, like I've been talking about this entire video. That's what we're getting to here. 1 week out of 4 will now have the Chaos Mega Core as a top loot. Good job, Fasty. You remember to include it in the wrong section. Like, just copy and paste that little loot box detail 1 line down. What is wrong with Tryon? Don't know. The Chaos Chest rare table has been expanded to always include all previous Chaos Chest only collectibles at a low rate. So you can actually get the Troves of Wonder tome. I don't know, it's called Writings of Wonder. People always ask me, how do you get Writings of Wonder? It's actually from the Chaos Chest. You now can actually get that from the Chaos Chest. You can get any Chaos Chest item at any time. However, they're just extremely rare until they're actually in the actual rotation. So it's a nice way to kind of even out RNG a tiny bit. So Shadow Pinatas now have a very rare chance to drop from Chaos Chests. Don't really matter. Chest-specific collectibles gained from opening chests can no longer be traded and will loot collect into Chaos Cores. Collectibles acquired prior to this patch remain tradable but cannot be loot collected. So this means like wings, mounts, all the Chaos Chests rare drops that came from Chaos Chests, untradeable Chaos Chests, are now untradeable. However, if you already had them, they still remain tradable. So you can still trade, you know, like contorting whatever. Contorting Contemplar, you can still trade it if you have it. Like you can see, it's already 250k basically. Before it was 30k, before it went untradeable. This is actually untradeable now if you open up this new Chaos Chest. Also, if you open up tradable Chaos Chest, which I was explaining earlier, it is actually untradeable now, which is kind of confusing, and again, Tryon are just on crack like always. So if you actually open tradable Chaos Chests, you now get, after today, which is now reality, so you have no chance otherwise, they're now untradeable, which is weird, right? So yeah, I think that's what happened. I actually don't remember, I could be wrong on that one, but I believe if you open up tradable Chaos Chests, they now give you untradeable loot. However, if you had tradable loot before today, it remains tradable, so you can sell it at a higher price. That is why I did not say this in my preparation guide, because it is very confusing, and it is it's just weird, so I didn't want to go into this whole rabbit hole of tradable versus non-tradable loot. Hopefully it made sense, though. I have the patch notes on the screen, so hopefully you're reading it as well. So next up, added the new Chaos Core Crafter Workbench to the Novice Crafting Bench. So you can come over here and craft it for 100 flux. It's actually very cheap. Sorry, I had to take a drink. This is a very long patch notes video, as you guys can tell you're watching it. So you craft it for 100 flux, and then you plop it down somewhere. This is the new Chaos Crafter. Let's see if they go over it. So added the new, so crafting at this bench unlocks directly into collections and prevent you from crafting anything you have already collected. So that is wrong, because I could craft the Tomb Raiser, the candy bar, I could craft all this stuff still. So Tryon, give me some, I guess. I would like some of whatever you guys are on, but yeah, you can actually see, I can click craft here. But this is where actually you craft classes now. You craft advanced classes, which just cost 3 times more as starter classes. You craft all the rare chaos chest loot. So if you can't get lucky and get chaos chest loot, you can actually craft it with the new chaos cores, which is just kind of like a safeguard to make sure you never cannot get loot. This is also where you craft all the new costumes and all the new rares. Once again, these are untradeable chaos chest rares, and these are tradable chaos chest rares. You can actually craft them. This isn't all of them, I don't believe. This is not all, but it is most. But yeah, for the most part, you can't craft what you already own. Like, I can't craft any of these. Can't craft any of these because I already own them all. I can only craft the ones that I have. So the Benevolent Bovine, I could craft the Silver Tabby and the Toasty Coaster. Those are the only ones I'm missing. Here, I could craft them all if I wanted to. The main thing is the Chaos Cores. This is also where you get the costumes and all that stuff, like I said. So, we could probably skip all the stuff, which actually, yeah, a huge part of this patch note section is all the costumes. So we can actually skip all of that. So moving on, where were we? So yeah, the Chaos Core Crafter also includes the following awesome new costumes. Sorry, I clicked out of that. Shouldn't have done that. But yeah, those are all the costumes. You guys can search these on your own, to be honest, because there's so many. It's not worth saying it in this patch notes video. So moving on to the marketplace. These are actually really awesome costumes, by the way. I should mention that. These are the best costumes in the game. Hands down, best costumes in the game. I highly suggest you look up all of them. I was gonna do a video on them, but then I was like, nah, who cares? I'm not really a costume guy, but yeah, you can just search them all up on YouTube. I'm sure Scythe has a video on them. He does a video for everything, so you can look that up, or you can look on the wiki or anything like that. So next up is the marketplace. So removed Chaos Chest, Isaac of Cthulhu, and Glim from the accepted marketplace currency, so you can only use Flux or Pentas for your currency now. Chaos Chests used to be a very big currency. Don't know why they removed. Oh yeah, because they became untradeable. That's why. I had to remind myself. But since Chaos Chests are untradeable, it is now only Flux and Pentas. So basically just Flux. Increased the number of items in the marketplace dropdown, so you can see more. It's really nice. You don't have to scroll down as far to see stuff. It's also faster to click stuff at the top. Since we're increasing how much Flux you can store, we figured we should increase how much Flux you can charge in the marketplace. The new maximum is 25 million Flux, so you can actually sell things up to 25 million rather than 1 million, so you can actually sell Gondas. Gondas are now in the marketplace, again, up to 25 million, so you can basically trade anything in the game now, besides loot, loot, because that's still untradeable. So all loot is untradeable. However, at least in the marketplace, you can trade it through the trading post. But since Gonda is the most expensive item in the game, and you can trade it, that means you can trade anything in the game, basically. So it's a good way to get rid of Gonda instead of sitting in trade chat. Gonda dropped in price as a result, obviously, because it's more accessible, and accessibility is a very big factor in marketing. So yeah, so it did drop in price a tiny bit, but not too much. It's still, if you pick up a Gonda, that's still 13 million Flux. Like, it's not 20 million, but it's still 13 million. So next up, in collections, the marketplace search button now only appears on items that can be listed in the marketplace. I'm not going to show you guys my sell tab, but you know, you're reading along with me, so hopefully it makes sense to you. Updated marketplace comparisons to now show values under 1 Flux. So if we look at what's under 1 Flux, I guess just blocks, so we can do this. You can see it's under 1 Flux. That's it. It doesn't tell you how much under 1 Flux. It's not like 0.149 or 0.15 if we wanted to round. It just says under 1 Flux. It doesn't do points yet, but hopefully soon we can get that in the future. Fixed marketplace bug where no results appear when item type was set to blocks, building, crafting, decorations, or items. They didn't fix mounts apparently, because if you look up mounts, you can only see, like, it's only specific mounts that come from drops. That's it. No crafting or anything like that. So yeah, Tron, why don't you fix that? It's all just dropped mounts. Fix that too. Jesus. Next up, fix a bug that could allow creation of marketplace listings larger than 10,000. Again, kind of wrong, because I still see stacks of Glim, stacks of a million Glim sometimes. Like, look at that. It's not correct. It's completely wrong. Tron, again, crack, don't know, meth maybe, who knows. But yeah, that's completely wrong, because you can see right here, this is still posted 216,000 Glim in 1 stack. That is higher than 9999 Tryon. one is bigger than the other. Fix a very rare issue where the marketplace could get into a state where it took currency but never handed over the items. Obviously that's good because that's basically scamming, and you would have to contact support to get it fixed, and well, that's a pain in its own. So good thing that's fixed. So leaderboards and contests now grant rewards to everyone who is tied. This is mainly applies to the mastery points leaderboard. So everyone that is maxed is number 1. Everyone that is, not maxed, you can tie. So if you have exactly total PR 201,555, you are both number 556. You are both the exact same rank, which is good. This is a good change because whoever was max mastery, like the top 10, it was impossible to be in the top 10 if you weren't the first 10 people to get max mastery. Even if you have max mastery, you literally cannot do anything to help it. You have every item in the entire game. And you were number 11, you were not able to get the reward. Now you get the reward, which is awesome. It was a very, very, very good fix. Since they did that, Mastery now gives 300 pinatas instead of 1,000 pinatas. It used to give 1,000 pinatas to the rank 1 person, and he was the only person to ever get that every single week. Just a free 1,000 pinatas. Now it is the top 10. Again, also ties count. It is the top 10, so it could be it could be top 100. Like 100 people could be max mastery, and it would be 100 people that get the top 10 reward because they're all tied. And it is down from 1,000 to 300 to avoid distributing too many pinatas, even though it is still an enormous rate compared to before. Next up is class power rank weeklies. Now reward 50 shadow pinatas for anyone ranked 10 and above instead of a chaos coin for the rank 1. So again, they dropped it from the first person only, which again is just wrong in the first place. This person is not the top candy barb in terms of stats. I can, maybe, actually I know this person, maybe they are, but maybe they aren't. You will never know if they are just skewing it to get the reward. But now it's the top 10 instead of just that one person, which again is inclusion, which is good, especially in a broken freaking contest. You know what I mean? So new weekly contests have been added. They are Infinia Mine this week, which is actually this week's contest. Glim Collected this week. Fish Caught this week, which sucks. Weekly Battle Arenas 1, which sucks. And Loot Collected this week, which, wow, they actually brought that back. But yeah, so you now have 2 weekly contests instead of just 1. So it gives you more stuff to do, I guess. For endgame players that go for top 250 every single week, it just gives us more busy work to do. And it's not that enjoyable. So experience earned contest leaderboard now only tracks XP earned during the contest week instead of all-time experience. This will reset the leaderboard. Any progress made on Monday, June 26th will not be counted. So apparently there was a bug with the experience. This isn't an actual update. This is just a bug fix from yesterday, I guess. Apparently I've only earned 66 experience this week. So moving on is down to the store. Whew, I need to take another drink, guys. I'm sorry. Again, I just woke up and I think it's already been an hour. So yeah, good luck on this video. So, store. Weekly deals have arrived. Every week, a fantastic deal on certain items will appear in the store. Each deal can be purchased only once a week. When the deal returns to the store in the future, it can be purchased again. Meaning, this week is a gem weekly deal. For 3,000 credits, which are tradable now, you get 20 gem booster boxes, 8 empowered gem boxes, and 50 dragonite, which is used to craft diamond dragon eggs. If you buy it this week for 3,000 credits, next month, because this is weekly, and there's 4, so this is it's every month. So Gem Weekly deal is the last deal of every month. The Dragon Weekly deal, so the dragon comes with I think more Dragonite, greater dragon caches, and a dragon effigy, which unlocks any legendary dragon in the game that you do not own. That comes out the 3rd week of every single month, if you get what I mean. So it's consistent. So every last week of the month, every 4 weeks will be the Gem Weekly deal. Next is a progression deal, which is some booster, experience boosters and stuff like that. That happens after the Gem Weekly deal every single time. And you can also purchase it when it comes back. So you're not limited to one. You can always purchase this whenever it comes up, even if you've already purchased it before. It's not a one-time thing. You can just keep purchasing it every single month. Every single week, you can always buy a deal. I guess that's the best way to say it. It never takes it away from you. Most of the time, they're not worth it, though. This one kind of is. 3,000 credits for all these booster boxes and empowered gem boxes. It's worth it, in my opinion. Moving on is 2 new deal types have appeared in the store from time to time, offering extreme value. These are flash deals, which are 4 hours long, occur every 4 days, and offer a 5 times value deal on various consumable items essential to powering up. Power deals unlock as you power up and are 4 times value and appear for 6 hours. These are one of the best things to ever happen to the game. Are these flash deals and daily deals, or whatever they're called, power deals. If you ever see one, buy it. Unless it's dragon coins and you don't need dragon coins anymore, that's the only time you'll ever not buy one. But these are the best thing to ever happen to the game so far, in terms of like the devs being generous. So I would highly suggest you farm credits, which you can actually do now because credit pouches are a thing, which they probably list here. And they are the best thing to ever happen to the game, besides like Metal Power, I guess, because Metal Power brought gems and stuff, which was amazing as well. But one of the best things to ever happen to the game. So make sure you're picking them up. Credit packs now offer Radiant Sovereigns, which can be redeemed for great rewards in the hub. As part of the challenge, all deal packs have been retired. Credit packs. Okay, so that means if you go to the credits tab, which is a new tab on console, if you spend 20 bucks, you get 2 of these Radiant Pancakes called Radiant Sovereigns. If you spend 30 bucks, you get 6. If you spend 50 bucks, you get 10. If you spend 100 bucks, you get 25. What you do with these, it's just like extra value for your money, I guess. Still the same price. If you spend 20 bucks before today, you still get 3,250 credits. However, on top of that, just adding more kind of value for your money, which is again a good thing. You also get these pancakes, which you go to the hub, which we can go here, and you can give them to a new NPC, which Tron are adding quite a few new NPCs, which is good because maybe we'll get actual quests in the game. And then you can spend them here. Basically, the only thing worth it is the Empowered Gem boxes, so don't spend them on anything else besides Empowered Gem boxes. And yeah, it's just 1 coin for an Empowered Gem box. And you get 2 coins for 20 bucks, you know, 6 for 30. So you can get 6 Empowered Gem boxes if you spend 30 bucks on the game for credits. In terms of like pure credits. So that's, you know, it's just more value for your money. There's nothing to complain about it. It's just literally more value for your money. It's free, basically, because these were already the same price as before. A new 30 credit pack has been added, offering 5,000 credits and 6 Radiant Sovereigns. So apparently this one wasn't here. It was 20 and then 50. But now there's a $30 one, which is actually very good value, in my opinion. This is probably the best value right here is a $30 one. This is the one that I always get because it's like the best value per dollar. There are now 3 new packs in the store that contain various amounts of credit pouches, which are these. These pouches are worth 250 credits when consumed and are tradable. So this is actually how you farm credits now. So everything in the game, basically, there's still some pay-to-win stuff, but most things, this is basically a double dragon pack, is one of the only few, and I guess the extra life pack, but this supports charity, which we'll go into here at a later date, probably later today or tomorrow, because, again, Tron are the scummiest company in the entire world, and have probably broken some laws with this pack, so let's see how many laws they break with this pack. But yeah, that is actual factual information, not lying, because they completely clickbaited this, called it the extra life pack for a year after they even supported charity. So yeah, it was literally like breaking FCC rules, but that's a different topic. You can actually trade credit pouches now, so if you want to make flux in the game, you can actually no longer make flux from credits, basically, because everything is untradeable in the store now. You have to buy credit pouches with real life money, and you can sell these for flux. So that is pretty much the only way to pay to win now for flux is through credit pouches, and if you're a free-to-play player, you're on the opposite end of that, so you can actually spend flux on credit pouches. They're kind of pricey, but they are a way to buy anything in the game without having to actually spend money on the game. Right now they're about 95k each on PC. On console they're probably very expensive because they just came out and you guys just got flash deals and daily deal or weekly deals, daily deals, all these deals, which are worth credits. So, you know, they're probably going to be a lot more expensive, but your flux is valued to a lot more, so maybe they're not going to be more expensive. But yeah, so that's that. Next up is, moving on, due to the addition of tradable credits, collectible store items are purchased for... Okay, so basically, like I said, everything in the store is untradeable now. Everything in is untradeable. If you buy Greater Dragon caches, untradeable. If you buy Chaos Chests, untradeable. You already know those are untradeable. If you buy a tome, it automatically consumes it. You can no longer buy it ever again. If you buy a costume, automatically consumes it. You can never buy it again. Everything is untradeable. Everything. Nothing in here is tradable. I want to get that clear. Nothing. Not a single thing. So there is now an option to purchase 33 Greater Dragon Caches at once with a bonus Diamond Dragonite pouch. So a little bit more value for your credits. If you're going to go all out on Greater Dragon Caches, you get a little bit more if you buy more. That's basically, you know, that's the same thing in life. You know, if you always buy more, you get more value for it. So that was an addition for that. Starter classes now cost 250 credits, and advanced classes now cost 750 credits. So I own every class, so I can't show off those, but you can find out what they are by going to your club, going to a Chaos Crafter, or a Core Chaos Crafter. Don't know why they're called Core Chaos Crafter. And then starter classes are these ones, and advanced classes are these ones. So a Neon Ninja is 750 credits in the store. Shadow Hunter 750 credits in the store. All these classes are 750 credits. These ones are 250 credits. Heart of Phones reduce in price from 500 credits to 250, and Golden Keys reduce in price from 2,000 credits to 1,500 credits in the store. The 10-pack of Chaos Chests in the store is now 11, so again, just offering more value for your stuff that you spend in the game. The 100-pack of Chaos Chests now give 110 and a Golden Chaos Chest. So again, there is this store patch like a couple months ago again, where they were basically just making the store more up-to-date, more value for your money, stuff like that. It was one of the best updates to ever hit the game, and this is what all this is. The untradeable 15-day patron is now 1,250 credits. Fewer credits than the 30-day pass. While not directly tradable, it can be purchased with credits from 5 credit pouches that can be purchased with in-game currency from the marketplace. So they actually lowered the price of Patron. However, the player base on PC at least raised the price. So Patron is actually more expensive than it was before, but the devs had all the right intentions. The devs actually lowered the price by 10%. It was an awesome thing, but since it is a player-controlled market now, the devs have no control, and the players kind of bumped the price up a lot. So Patron is actually, I think, twice as expensive as before, even though the devs lowered the price by 10%, but that's how that works. That is what happens when you give control to the player economy. So the 30-day Patron pass is... Wait, the tradable 30-day Patron pass for 3,000 credits leaving the store. You can only get the untradeable for a cheaper price. However, if you have Patron passes, they're still tradable, which is why I recommended to stock up on them in the prep guide. So some store-bought items are now untradeable. All of them are. Not some. Basically, all of them. So if we scroll down here, untradeable, 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 untradeable. Yeah, everything is untradeable. Don't know why they said some. Literally everything is untradeable. There's nothing tradable, so I don't know why they said some items. But I'm not going to go over all the untradeable stuff because everything is. That's it. It's just everything. There's nothing to go over. It's everything. Some items have been removed, though, and I think we should cover those. And those are costume mystery boxes. Considering when you buy a costume, it automatically unlocks. There is no need for costume mystery boxes. Eyes and tentacles can no longer be bought either. Any older items will still have tradable, and they will have actually have tradable in their name. So it'll say tradable Heart of Phone, tradable Golden Gem Key, tradable Twinkling Tome. It'll say tradable in the title of the item, so you know what's tradable and what isn't, because now everything's untradeable. The store visuals have got a makeover, so it's this nice blue store now. You can see, you've been seeing this entire time. And spring pinatas are now in the store. I guess it's summer though. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's summer, but okay, we'll go spring. Again, Tron, don't know what they're taking. Something good, I guess. So challenges and mini games. New challenge maps have been added called Minigames. Kitchen racing map. Okay, so we're not going to go over the maps, but so there's mini games now. Challenges now award new Lesser Dragon caches that are untradeable, but always contain at least 1 Dragon Coin at common and 25 Dragon Coins at rare. It also has extra fast filling karma bar, so it rewards, I think after 35 Lesser Dragon caches is a karma proc, so every 35 you at least get 25 coins for the rare drops, which is, you know, awesome. It's more than before. This should increase the amount of Dragon Coins is possible to earn during player challenges. You can now craft materials to create your own racing and coin collection mini-games at your club world in the world spring. Now, I think I deleted the... Yeah, I took all these tables and I moved it to the new hub, which is being built. So, we're not going to show that off yet. Oh, sorry, hit my mic. The new minigame Target Destruction can now be built at the World Spring. It'll come in the challenge rotation in the future. Added a new minigame class blocks, which once placed turns any participating Trovian into the specified class. There is now a recipe on the World Spring Crafting Bench for a teleporter placeable. So I don't know why they didn't say that minigames were added. I'm pretty sure consoles didn't have minigames before. But minigames are basically coin collection, so you know, you give it like a minute and a half and you have to run over as many coins as possible. There's also a racing minigame where you have to fly and run through little like targets, and you have to run over a certain amount of targets to get gold as fast as possible and stuff like that. They are pretty broken, and my tip, I'm gonna have a guide on this, but play the Fate Trickster. Fate Trickster is the most OP class for minigames, and so always play Fate Trickster when you go into those. Also, you can use your right click, which is why the Fate Trickster is overpowered, because you can actually use your right click to get around faster in minigames. And banners work too, so make sure to get the cooldown speed one. I should probably save this for the guide, so actually you have a reason to watch the guide. But yeah, those are some quick tips, I guess. There's still gonna be a reason for the guide. So French and German, they now added French and German. We could pretty much skip that. Not saying that it's not a good thing, just saying that's literally it. So community created content. Whoops, actually clicked again. Sorry for the black screen. Gonna skip all that. Battle Arena. So Battle Arena quick matches now grant class experience upon completion. So you can actually level up through PvP now. It's not as fast as doing dungeons, but you can now, you know, you get also fills out your tomes, I guess, which is a good thing. That's the only thing that mattered to me because I already have all level 30s. But it fills your tome bar, which is a good thing. Quick matches and club matches now award star bar points as well. So you get experience for your classes, you can fill up tomes, and you actually get star bar through PvP as well. I guess that's just for if anyone only wants to play PvP, don't know who you are, you're kind of crazy for playing this game, just go play a different game, if that's all you do. But yeah, so it's just a better way to do, or it's just more incentive to do PvP, I guess. So class coins. A starter class coin is available to claim from the Trove store for free on new accounts, so you get a free class coin now. It is only a starter class coin though, so you can only pick up those 8 starter classes. Again, you can refer to this to see all of those, so you can only get these. The starter class coin has a new look to differentiate it against the other class coins. I think I have one in here. It's like bronze. Yeah, there you go. So it's just a bronze version instead of the golden one. So yeah, it's just to distinctly separate it, like I said. The Master Rank 5 and Refer Friend class coins now only unlock starter classes, so you can only unlock those first 8 once you hit Master Rank 5. Also, if you hit Master Rank 20 while being referred, you actually can find my Refer Friend link in the description below if you want to be referred to the game and get a free class coin below Master Rank 20. That is actually always there, but I just never talk about it. Due to the availability of classes through other gameplay means, the class coin awarded at rank 25 Mastery has been removed. These aren't the easiest thing to get, but okay. Like I said, it's very hard to get chaos chests out farming in the world, so yeah. You just get less classes now, I guess. And you have less choice, so yeah, they're just trying to kind of control what you get early on in the game. They don't want you to get as many classes as soon as possible, I guess. Which you could just buy the Essentials pack and who cares anyways, so just buy the Essentials pack, it's worth it anyways. So untradeable class coins now loot collect into 3 double experience potions. These potions last for an hour and will only count down while you're online. That's actually a good thing that they only count down while you're online, and they give you literally 2 times experience. It's literally double. So if you have Patron plus Saturday plus anything else that gives a reward, the weekly as well. So Saturday with a weekly experience boost, and then you have Patron, and stuff like that. This will double it. Double all of it. So it's really, really, really overpowered. I haven't had a chance to use them, which is why I have just 6 like sitting around, because I had all level 30s by the time this came out. And if you have any class coins, they will deconstruct into these. Untradeable class coins, by the way, not tradable. Untradeable class coins, which are the gray ones, not the bronze. These are starter class coins, the gray ones that you have. So animal helms. Animal helms are now unlocked through the stashes, which are style stashes. They look like these. I think you guys might have had these for a while now, but yeah, these unlock new animal helmets, which are like bunnies and rabbits and stuff like that. Or not bunnies or rabbits. Rabbits, eagles, pandas, stuff like that. Not gonna show all those off because those are kind of like a non-important thing. Talismans. So new llama talismans have a very rare chance to drop in all adventure worlds. which you can craft the many luxurious llamas. Now, I do have a guide on all talisman mounts in the game, so you could check that out. But yeah, once you get a talisman, you can get a llama from anywhere. You get griffins from the air world, I believe. So yeah, the air world specifically, as well as meowts, pen blocks. Those are all been switched to talismans, which, you know, pen blocks you get from U5 and below, I believe. Meowts you only get from U6. Shmeeps you get from U8, and centaurs you get from U9. Prime worlds specifically, so you actually have to go out and farm them now. They are tradable, however, so if you don't want to farm them specifically, you could just buy them from the marketplace. So you can see, if you don't want to go and farm U5 because you're a 20k PR, why would you ever do that? Tryon. Why would a 20k PR ever want to go to U5? Don't know, but you could just buy them from the marketplace from all the lower level people that do go and farm U5, so it doesn't really matter. So those are to craft all these mounts. Again, I have a guide on all these mounts and stuff, so I don't want to go too much into detail to waste too much more time. And yeah, everything is just a talisman now for dropped mounts. So next up is griffins. So again, I have a griffin guide. They drop very, very rarely from the air world, the air primordial world, and they are more expensive since they drop from only that specific world. So they're not... Oh yeah, they spelled griffin wrong in this game. So they're a little bit more expensive, about 1.5 to 2 million. Again, I do have a guide, so you can just check that out if you want to know more details about that. So special effect blocks, there are 5 new craftable blocks in the foundry. They will also play music underneath them. Oh, I can't show you guys that, but I'm not much of a builder anyway, so I don't think you guys care about that too much. Item renames, don't really care for those. Clubs, so zone restrictions now apply to existing zones when terraforming. So if you terraform, good thing this is blocked. Good thing this biome set to nobody, because I just pressed T to open the map. So if you terraform a biome, say I terraformed my hub, and it's set to nobody right now. If I terraform my hub and it gets placed back up as a brand new biome, it is still set to nobody instead of being set to architects. That is good, because if you quickly terraform something, somebody could be waiting while you're terraforming to blow it up instantly if they're an architect, which incites some trolling, but you should pretty much not update or not promote people that you don't trust anyways, but that's just, you know, an anti-troll type thing. Fix for higher ranks, not being able to modify zones whose permissions had allowed lower rank club, I don't know what that means. Restricted ranks that can terraform a club roll to officer and leader, so architects can no longer restrict biomes, which is good. UI, you can now interact with objects without directly targeting them. I didn't know that wasn't on consoles yet. So when you get near an interactable target, its tooltip appears and you can press the action button to interact with it. You can still target objects directly too, so this is kind of half and half. It's both annoying and good. It's good for rejuvenation stations, because as you can see, I'm not looking at that, but since it's next to me, I can press E, so let's just press E and it uses it, see? And I'm completely turned around. However, it kind of makes portals a little harder to go through, because if there's loot next to a portal, and the loot's closer to you, then you will automatically pick up the loot instead of going through the portal, so it makes farming kind of like, it kind of evens out, kind of. It depends if you're using Conjurer's Vial. If you're using Conjurer's Vial, it makes farming less efficient, so it's literally a detriment to the game if you use Conjurer's Vial, which everyone should be anyways. If you don't use Conjurer's Vial, then it is kind of even, because you're going to take portals less efficiently, but when you go to refill your flask, it will be more efficient to fill your flask. That's basically it. So it was kind of like not a good thing at all. It's not a good thing for the game, in my opinion. It's like it has too many downsides as opposed to the good sides. It does have some good sides, but it has more outweighing downsides. So that's my opinion, at least, as a player that looks at efficiency, which is like the most important thing in life. So I think that should be the most important thing ever anyways. So it's just a bad thing in general. Players and NPCs no longer block your interactions when they're standing in between you and the object you're trying to interact with, which is good for people like me that stream to like 100 people and I go to trade somebody. Players will no longer block the trading post from me, so I can actually trade. Tooltips for interactable objects no longer appear when you're outside of interaction range, which is untrue, because you can still look at cornerstones and plop them up from like a mile away, so don't know what that is referring to. Updated a lot of UI to better accommodate longer localized strings. The claims icon lower left will now show up for a new claims that you haven't seen. even if they are automatically claimed. Most notably, whenever we do giveaways, you'll have an icon to notify you, and if you buy something in the store, it'll also appear. Also, match rank rewards. Don't know why they didn't include that, since that's like the most, like, out of all those things, you would most likely get mastery rewards than any of those things they listed, but it does work for mastery as well. So if you get a mastery rank up, it'll tell you in the lower left what you got, to help you notice when you get stuff. Next up is, where were we? The loot collector no longer accepts additional loot once the components collected section is full. Don't know what that means, to be honest. Don't know what that means. All categories in the settings menu now prompt you to save unsaved changes when switching to new categories, which is good. Added a collapse all and expand all buttons to the collections UI. You guys didn't have this? This is so amazing. So if you go to styles and costumes, you get this little button here. You click that, or I guess press it on console, and then it collapses all of them. So you can specifically target the Ice Age. I didn't know you guys didn't have this yet, but that's a very good thing. It's very, very good for going through stuff, especially on console when you don't have the freedom of a mouse. So you just click willy-nilly like this very quickly. It'll help you guys go through stuff very quickly. Very, very good thing. Expand its place in the marketplace for a second line of the item name. So something that has a really long name and now has the opportunity to show it all off. Mainly costumes and stuff like that, you know. Moving on is challenges and objectives now show the name of the reward being earned. The welcome screen no longer displays your chaos factor. Check your character stats if you need to know. So you can press C, go to stats. It'll say at the bottom chaos factor. I don't have patron right now, so it only says 3. It is 7 with patron. Next up is the world tooltips now appear more quickly. Renamed the style vault categories, hat styles. Okay, so that's like kind of a whatever thing. Contest rewards and claims window now show when they expire. Town portal tooltips now have completed names. Crafting item name text field extended to prevent cutoff. If one person cancels out the name change prompt, other players also contemplating on name change will no longer have their prompts disappear. Consuming Dragon Souls will now properly refer to the type of soul consumed instead of just saying Dragon Soul in the lower right. Client no longer gets stuck to find the next item in the action bar after removing the active item from the action bar within build mode. Better auto section of the first available recipe for the workbench. Handle near simultaneous equipping and trashing of inventory slot. Aligned gem power rank numbers between the gem tooltip and the gem interface. I think that's this one. So this one, it's aligned a little bit better. Pinata coins now correctly state that they are event currency and will disappear sometime in the future. I don't think they've even disappeared on PC yet, and that's really old. I don't even think you guys have pinata coins, but if you do, just deconstruct them for a Golem. Removed a warning message when changing auras on stellar weapons. The scroll speed... Wait, removed a warning message when changing aura on stellar weapons. What? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? It's supposed to warn you because it becomes untradeable if you change the aura. How is a new player supposed to know that it becomes untradeable when you change the aura if you remove the message? What? Okay, maybe I'm misreading that or something, but that is not smart at all. What? Okay, whatever. So if you guys don't know, if you change the aura of a stellar item after you find it on the floor, it becomes untradeable, and you cannot trade it anymore. Don't know why they would remove that message of a warning to a new player, but okay. Hopefully a lot of people watch this video, I guess. The scroll speed for chat has been normalized. Navigation menu can be opened regardless of whether the inventory is also open. The rune crafting, so that's your F1. Or not F1. F1's welcome. What is it? N? No. What is that? Oh, V. So if you have your inventory open, you can still press V, and it will overlap it now. I guess on console it's a different button, but you know what I mean. That's what the navigation menu is. It's this little menu right here. Let me close that so you can see better. This menu right here. That shows you all the buttons and stuff. Alright, moving on. The rune crafting bench description, that's irrelevant. In collections, add a new drop-down menu to show favorites. This is all good. So you can show favorites now. So if you have favorites, you could just see specifically show favorites. I don't have anything favorited, so you can't see anything. In collections, tomes, added an icon to indicate when a tome is sleeping. It is the new week, so I don't have any sleeping tomes, but if you go to legendary tomes, so you can drop that down now. If you had an Empowered Gem tome and you completed it, it would have like little Z's coming off of it, which is easy. It's a good update. It makes it so you can easily switch between tomes without having to hover over them look at the tooltip and read the white text that says this tome is up and ready to earn experience, it would say, you know, this tome is asleep and you have to wait 5 days and whatever. It'll actually just show a Z, so you don't have to hover over the tooltips, which is good, especially for console players, because again, they don't have the freedom of a mouse. They can't just hover over it. They have to go down, 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 down. Oh, this one's done. Up. Oh, this one's done. Up. Okay, done, 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 done. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing. Next up is updated descriptions for the following crafting materials to be more specific. Blink scrolls, all that stuff. Trading post UI now automatically closes if the other player cancels a trade. It already automatically closed on completion of a successful trade. So other improvement. I'm gonna have to take another drink here, guys. Sorry. It's a very long video. You guys can tell. You're right. You're watching. Other improvements. I warned you guys. This video would be extremely long. It's 4 pages long. Trophies have been added to Trove. If you've already met a trophy's requirement, the trophy will unlock on patch day. You may need to change worlds or go through a portal to cause trophies to unlock. So this is a console exclusive thing I can't show you guys, but trophies, you know, those are achievements. On Trove, we have Steam achievements. So for consoles, you guys are gonna have trophies on PS4, and I'm assuming Microsoft, their achievements on Microsoft's Xbox, I guess. Shadow Towers will now spawn in other regions. Wait, Shadow Towers will not be spawned in their owners' regions. Okay, so if you're from EU and you open a portal, it'll open a EU portal. I don't know why that matters on console, though, because aren't consoles separated by region? It's not like PC. Like, PC is one server. It's just one straight-up server. There's no EU, there's no NA, there is an EU hive. So if you select EU in the drop-down menu, you're not in a different server. You're in a different hive, which is just for better ping. However, on consoles, you are actually in separate servers. NA don't play with EU, and EU don't play with NA. So I don't know why this is a thing on consoles. This is the console's patch notes, like I said. So don't know why that's a thing. The Omni recipe item now unlocks the white dye and black dye recipes. The clock tower in the City of Bones, that's just a dungeon update, so who cares. Rally Blade is now more likely to match you as people adventuring and not AFK people. Pegasus wings are now less transparent. Non-tradable patron coins and daily reward chests are no longer loot collectible. Again, they didn't even tell you guys about daily loot chests. So daily loot chest is just a daily loot chest that you get every day for logging in. It has a carbon bar, so at 70, once you've opened up 70, you get the rare drop. They can have mega chaos chests, which give you 1.5 thousand chaos chests. They can have a mega flux tank, which gives you 1,000,000 flux straight up. They can have the Dragon Coin one, which gives you, I think, 850 Dragon Coin. Oh, no, they give you like 1,000 Dragon Coins. And there's a Pinata one, a Mega Pinata, which gives you 850 Pinatas. So, don't know why they didn't say that. That's like a very important thing. But those are all the extremely rare drops. That's like getting a Gonda, basically, out of those things. For the most part, you get like Knife Lives and a Stellar Gem, I think, comes out of them. I don't know. You can watch all my box openings, I guess. So, moving back to the patch notes, Rain Auras no longer disappear when viewed from any angle. The Rascal Raptor, Eggnog, and Baby Punchbot are now in the promo tab in collections. Don't know why, because you guys didn't have Alpha. Alpha was 3 years ago. You guys have barely had the game for 6 months. So I don't know if those even exist on consoles. Maybe if I go to console, I have them. I haven't actually checked for those. But those are the Alpha supporter only allies, which was only if you bought the game 3 years ago, because the game hasn't always been free to play. In closed alpha, you had to pay into it, which is what I did. That's why I have them. Because I've been playing this game for 3 freaking years now. Where's my life been going? You know what I mean? But they don't get Mastery anymore, so that's a good thing, because you guys can't get these. These are alpha only, 3 years old. So yeah, console, I don't even think PS4 has been out for 3 years. Actually, yeah, it has. It came out 2014, right? Actually, it's coming on 4 years, actually, because I've been playing this game since December 2013. So we're actually coming up to 4 years now. Jesus. Just make me feel old, Tryon. Just make me feel old. But yeah, so removed exploit tied to a combat effect that is granted with the Candy Barbarian Clash Gem. If you guys on console didn't know, this was actually one of the most amazing bugs to ever hit the game. You could hold your number 1 as the Candy Barbarian, and then if you died while holding your number 1, you would always have your number 1 effect. However, you don't need to press number 1 anymore. So it's basically like an infinite vacuum, and it made playing the Candy Barb amazing. So yeah, they fixed it though. So I guess they just fixed it on consoles. So the Skyfire Crown has been moved to the Stash exclusive tab and can now be unlocked by using Super Style Stashes. It used to be a promo item. I forget what for, to be honest. It was a while ago. It was like a year or two ago. Updated the criteria for the Future Club World portals in the hub, so no one should ever appear empty. 2 new battle arena maps have been added. Who cares? Removed terraforming cooldown from 25 seconds to 10 seconds, which is good because it makes terraforming less painful. Kills from spawned allies will now start counting towards... I'm like, this is a long video, guys. And I just came off a sickness, but we'll truck through this. So basically, if your Tomb Raider's minion kills something, or if your pirate captain's right-click kills something, it now counts towards enemies defeated. There you go. That's all you had to say, Tron. The tech table segment recipe is no longer called tech table corner recipe. Added an internal cooldown to reduce the join me spamming. This cooldown will prevent players from focus spamming invites at specific players, but won't prevent someone from inviting several friends to join them at once. So when I used to stream back in the day, there was a club that would target me and just invite me infinitely, and it didn't matter if I kept declining and went D&D because they spammed so many invites that it kind of just like, it's an infinite amount of invites. However, you just relog. It was kind of like just like a very bad troll, I guess. But that is why they did that, to help people like me. That sounded so arrogant, right? To help people like me with hundreds of viewers on Twitch. Not like that. I'm just saying, like, that was the reason for it. Is to help prevent people that get spammed invited. Like the devs as well. The devs as well. You know, you see them get spammed invited all the time, too. Due to the number of legendary tomes, we've cut the experience required to fill them in half, which was amazing. A legendary tome fills at the same rate as a normal tome now, actually. So you don't have to do as many dungeons anymore. It used to take like 100 dungeons. Now it takes like 10. It's more than half. But yeah, it's definitely not 100 anymore, which is amazing, because it would take like 2 to 3 hours just to fill up all your legendary tomes, because we have so many now. Since the value of these items are decreasing, we have removed non-tradable class coins and inventory expanders from the rare table of daily loot boxes. They didn't say up top. Good job, Fasty. You're doing a very great job like you did back in the day. Nothing's changed. They didn't say up top in the store section that class coins and inventory expanders are being removed, but they have been removed from the game. If you still have class coins and inventory expanders, which is why I suggested for you to invest in them in the prep guide, they still exist and you can still sell them at a very premium cost, but they no longer exist. Since they don't exist anymore, they do not come from daily lock boxes anymore. Which they're called loot boxes, Fasty, as well. They're not called lock boxes. You can literally just go into the game and say, daily loot chest. Where do you see a lock box? Don't know. Have no clue. Like, where is this? I want some. I want some, guys. Give me some. So, something about a costume. Don't really care. Fix a bug where Neon Ninja Ultimate and Basic Attack at the same time could crash the client. Fix a bug where Ice Age's Frozen Ward absorbed damage and removed all attacks. Or was removed for all attacks, so that was a very nasty bug. Made Ice Age even worse than it is. Carpet mounts now glide. Spring plants can now grow. Pinata, it's summer, guys. Jesus. Pinatas now correctly drop loot in the shores of the Everdark. Cooldown behavior for abilities when switching worlds will no longer reset to max cooldown time. What? I don't know if that's true. I could be wrong, but that's literally at the first section of this patch note said that was the opposite. Let's just go to a different world. Let's go to U1 or something. Let's go check that out really quick. Because isn't that contradictory? Let's go to Novice. Let's see if our cooldowns get pulled up. Oh, okay. So it's just the flask that gets the cooldown. Sound effects have been returned for invasions and bombs. VFX tied to gem abilities are cleaned up when switching classes. Experience boost stat is now called experience gain and has a value of 100 instead of 0. This is for the new double experience potion, so it has a value to double. So you actually can see how much experience you're gaining by going to your experience gain stat. So if this was Saturday, it would be 200 experience gain. If I had patron, it would be 200 experience gain. I mean, if it was Saturday plus the weekly experience thing, like, you know, the weekly event that doubles your experience or gives you 100%. It's all additive. It's not multiplicative, so it would go up to 300%. And then if you have the double experience potion. It would go up to 600% experience gain. Or I guess that's 500% because 100 is base. So 600 would mean 500%. So you get 5 times as much experience if you have, you know, Patreon on Saturday plus the double experience or the 100% experience. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. We have new streaming dream allies have been added finally, so you guys can finally on console get my ally. This is actually my in-game ally that the devs made for myself, as well as other streamers have their own as well. But yeah, you can now get the overrated Taurus, which I highly recommend everyone to do. So console players, you can actually watch my stream now and enter the giveaways. I do giveaways every Friday for these guys. So you can stop by my Twitch channel in the description below every Friday to try to get one of these new allies. But there's also 8 others, I believe, that came with it, or 7 others. I have a video on it, so I don't really want to go over them. Fix an issue where the ignore list would sometimes show the wrong name for players. I can't even open my friends list, so I wouldn't know. Daughter of the Moon Geishers now clean up after 24 seconds and no longer persist the entire duration of the fight, which is good. Deconstructing rare, epic, relic, and resplendent rings now reward appropriate amounts of flux based on rarity. They used to give, I think, like 3 flux each, so that's good. Number of charges now stays constant when using an ultimate ability with the Vial of Unleashed Power equipped. It used to actually consume a charge. It was a bug. So if you had Vial of Unleashed Power and use like your Tomb Raider's ult, it would eat a charge, 1 charge only though. It would only eat 1 charge. Now it stays at max charges, which is good. Just in case you actually need to price it in a tight situation. Flasks and emblems now have a brief cooldown when swapped. That is to fix a exploit, which is still exploitable by people that script, but you guys are on console, so you don't have to worry about that. Which basically, if you switch an emblem, it puts your potion on cooldown, so you can't press it. You can still switch to other things, you can still switch it, but it just keeps refreshing the cooldown, you know? So yeah, that's to fix an exploit, but it doesn't really fix it because the people that were exploiting are still exploiting. But that's only a PC thing. Moving on. Improved projectile collision, so that's not true. But maybe it is for consoles, just not on PC. If you play a Shadow Hunter, you'll know damn well what I'm talking about. It takes about 2 seconds for your projectiles to even count. Panatia, the party fire, no longer requires a party animal to craft, since they're untradeable now. Changing aura, which again they didn't say up top, but I told you guys everything is untradeable anyway, so it doesn't matter that they make a very large amount of mistakes, because I am here to fix that, I guess. It is my job to fix Tron's mistakes, apparently. Changing auras on Stellar Gear will not cause it to be untradeable. Well, guess what? You guys removed the entire warning that it becomes untradeable, so why even make it untradeable? Why even mention that you made it untradeable if you're just going to remove the in-game warning, which is what players are actually going to see? Bug fixes. We're going to skip bug fixes, guys, because they're bug fixes. I am sorry, but there's a lot of bug fixes, and this video has been going on for long. I just kind of want to cover what was added to the patch. I'm sorry if I got a little agitated at the end there. I've been reading for a while now. This is 4 pages of patch notes. Most of them were wrong, and you know, it's just a very large patch hitting you guys. They didn't even list everything that was added. They didn't tell you guys about minigames. They didn't tell you guys about daily loot chests. They didn't tell you guys about all the dragons. They didn't tell you guys a ton of stuff. There's a lot more that I can even think of because it's just a year's worth of content all in one patch. So I guess you can't blame them too much, but they are a freaking company that should be able to figure out what they've added in the past year, you know what I mean? So that's the main reasons. You guys can just watch. I know it's a lot asking you guys to watch a year's worth of content, but if you want to, you can just search for anything you're confused about. I have everything on my channel for the most part. If I don't have something yet, it will be coming, like a minigames guide, like a Thalacion acquisition guide, all that stuff. I do have it planned, I just haven't got around to it yet, because I'm lazy, I guess. You guys know how lazy I am. But yeah, so that will all be coming to the future, if not already existing. So again, just search it all up on my channel. You can just go through my Let's Play videos, all my guides, all my playlists. I'm gonna make that Dragons playlist for you guys so you can see all the new dragons and stuff. All my guides on all the dragons, everything. Disappointed, to be honest. I was going into this kind of excited to read a bunch of stuff for you guys, but considering how many things were wrong, how many things were missing and all that stuff. I don't know, I just got a little agitated at the end there, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button plus the bell next to it so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. If you would like to further support the channel, make sure to check out my Humble Bundle affiliate links in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.